Nylgut versus fluorocarbon. What ukulele string is right for you? We're going to answer that question right here in this video. Welcome to ukelikethepros. I'm Terry Carter, and it's fun to be here with this video. And I'm real fortunate to be able to show you both of these instruments and, actually more importantly, the strings on these instruments. But first of all, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on that bell notification, and if you're digging this video, make sure to smash that like button. So, I'm fortunate, as I said, because of my store.ukelikethepros.com, the #1 store for all your ukulele needs. And I have both these instruments. So what I did, I got two of exactly the same instruments, and I decided to grab the Ohana TK35Gs. This one has the Aquila or Aquila New Nylgut strings on them. This one has the, by the way, same instruments. Did I mention that? This one has the Team Fluorocarbon strings on it. They both have high G. These Ohanas actually come with the Aquilas already on it, and I changed this just for you, just for this video. I'm going to go over and we're going to hear it. I'm going to do some sound samples so you can hear exactly what the difference is. I'm going to give you a little history of the Nylgut versus the fluorocarbon as well, and or at least a little bit of knowledge that I learned thanks to Google last night. And then we're going to play, and I need you to leave a comment below of what you think of the sounds and the looks of these two strings. And if you have these on your uke, what do you think they feel? Because that's the only thing you can't experience here is the feel of these strings. I'm going to help you out right there. All right, are you ready? Let's go ahead. Let's dive in to this Nylgut or New Nylgut versus fluorocarbon. All right, we're going to start off with the Aquila New Nylgut strings right here. This is what they are. This is probably the most widely used string in all ukulele. I mean, so many of the manufacturers use these New Nylgut strings, from Ohana to Aquila to Ukulele. I mean, you just see them everywhere. So what is the New Nylgut? All right, let me show you exactly what they are. So here is a New Nylgut string. If you can see, it's just a white looking string. Now, if you look at the back of any Aquila strings, and by the way, the ones we're using here are the tenor regular, that's high G, and it's 10U. But if you look at the back, or if you look anywhere online, this is what they say about the New Nylgut. New Nylgut strings are made of a plastic compound made of 3 synthetic components, the first genuine synthetic gut string in the world. Okay. These smooth white strings offer a rich neutral tone that sounds similar to genuine gut. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Strings with a loud projection. New Nylgut strings stay in tune longer. Okay. Offer more accurate fret intonation and are very stable through moisture changes. All right. So these are based off, these are a plastic, by the way, and they're based off gut strings. So gut strings were like one of the original strings used, and they're literally intestines of sheep, goat, sometimes cattle, not cats, not cat gut, even though it says it, it's not cats. And there's great videos on YouTube where they show you how they clean the intestines and they wind them up and they make strings out of them. It's a pretty crazy process. I'm not going to describe it here. But anyway, these are supposed to simulate the gut strings originally, and that's why they're called the New Nylgut. But essentially, these are a plastic string. For this video, I decided to use the Tenor Fluorocarbon strings. This model number here is EJ99T, and again, these are high G. Both of them here are high G. Now, the fluorocarbon string, if you look at it, it's actually a clear string. Right there you go, clear string, right there. And if you look at what is fluorocarbon, well, here it is, let me tell you. All right, fluorocarbon covers a broad family of compounds, including organic, comprised of fluorine, chlorine, and carbon. Now, another name for these is PVDF, which is polyviolidine difluoride. So anyway, the fluorocarbon strings. Now, originally, these were used for fishing line. Well, one of the early uses of these were for fishing line, and the fishermen liked it because they were a little bit denser, a little bit stronger than nylon, and also they were clear in the water so fish couldn't see them, and now they're ukulele strings. All right, so there's a little history or the little facts that I know about the two different strings. If I missed anything or maybe even got something wrong, doubt it, but maybe I did. I'm just kidding. Leave a comment below for that. All right, so we're gonna do some playing. I'm gonna tell you what I feel as I'm playing these as far as the tension, the thickness, and then I'll give you my opinion at the end. But don't forget, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. This again is the Nylgut, which is the whitest strings here on this one. This is the fluorocarbon. Again, these are exactly the same instruments, Ohana TK35G, both with high G, just with the different strings. Again, store.ukelikethepros.com for both of these. All right, so playing wise, I got the New Nylgut, the Aquilas here. And what I notice about these strings, well, besides being white, and you do kind of feel like they're plastic or kind of a type of plastic, but what I notice is that they're pretty thick. Each string is pretty thick. Again, this has a high G. They're pretty thick, and I do think that affects the sound, not only the materials, but just the thickness of them. All right, let me grab the other one, and then right after that, we're gonna do some playing. All right, so this is the Deodato fluorocarbon. Again, this has high G. Compared to the Aquilas, these are definitely not as thick, but you can hear a little bit of the sound. Don't worry, I'm gonna do a little back-to-back of them. But they just feel a little bit lighter. You can feel, because they're not so thick, they just feel like they're a little bit easier on the hands to play. All right, so let's do the back-to-back now. I'm gonna play both of these. We'll do some strumming, do some finger picking. As you're hearing these, don't forget, I want you to leave a comment below what you think is, which one sounds better, what's the difference, and which one you like. All right, now it's your turn to leave a comment below. Which one did you like, the Aquila Nylgut or the Deodato fluorocarbon? Leave that comment below. Now I'm going to give you my opinion, but first, I just want to hit you to ukelikethepros.com. If you're ready to become a better ukulele player, join a great community. We got fantastic courses, we got a premium membership, and just a fantastic Ukelike the Pros Nation. So make sure to check that out, ukelikethepros.com. All right, so what I've noticed is that these Nylgut strings are a little thicker and they just have a little bit more tension on them. While the fluorocarbon strings here are not as thick, a little bit less tension, and it feels like just a little bit easier to strum some of these chords. Now, sound-wise, all right, let me tell you what I think sound-wise. So the Nylgut strings to me, even though I know they're supposed to be replicating gut strings, they do sound a little plasticky to me. But they do have a little bit more mid-range area. So they're not quite so crisp. They're not so much on that kind of trebly side. They have a little bit more of that mid-range, which makes it sound like they're giving just kind of a little bit of a warmer sound to them. Now, the one thing I do like about these is for videos, I think the white looks really cool against the neck and really easy to see when you're teaching people how to play certain things. All right, now the fluorocarbon strings, to me, they definitely have a crisper, brighter sound, so a little bit more of the trebly sound. I think that has to do with, one, the material, and two, just the thickness of these strings. If they were a little thicker, they'd probably have a little bit more of that mid-range, like the Aquila said. But to me, they're really kind of nice, have nice resonance to them. But if anything, like I said, they're a little bit trebly. They could be a little bit thin sounding if you kind of want a bigger sound. All right, so for me, which one do I like? Well, I'm actually torn. I actually like the feel and the sound of the fluorocarbon strings better. But like I said, for teaching purposes, which I do a lot of videos, I do like the white of the Aquila strings. But I'm just not a huge fan of how much tension they feel like they put on these strings. But that's my opinion. What do you think? Leave that comment below. Nylgut versus fluorocarbon, which string is right for you? That's going to do it for this one. I appreciate it. And don't forget, if you're interested in either one of these ukes or these strings or anything else, check out store.ukelikethepros.com. You can also find us on Instagram. That's at ukelikethepros. And also check out our Patreon page as well, which is also ukelikethepros. All right. Thank you. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.